I'm Eve Lyon, Recovery Navigator for CareerSource Research Coast. St. Lucie Recovery Works is an initiative supported by the Florida Department of Economic Opportunity. My focus is to connect social service treatment service providers, the judicial system, and law enforcement to the workforce development community with a goal of improving employment outcomes for people with substance use disorder. Employment provides important structure as well as meaningful purpose for all people. For people in recovery, employment supports long-term recovery associated with better quality of life, greater social esteem, and happiness. Each month, I invite guests to join me in a conversation about recovery, second chance employment, and in particular, how people in recovery are making great contributions to our workforce. Today, I'm pleased to welcome Jim Brann. Jim, I understand that you are wearing two hats today. First, let's talk about the Treasure Coast Builders Association. I understand you are the chair of the Workforce Development Skilled Trades Committee?
Yes, so I am the chair for the Skilled Trades Committee for the Treasure Coast Builders Association. Basically, I head up the process to bridge the gap between employers and employees.
Well, that's terrific. So can you explain something about the trade association and what the advantages to membership in the association?
Sure, absolutely. So the Treasure Coast Builders Association is exactly that. It's a builders association. We cover the entire Treasure Coast, so Martin, St. Lucie, Indian River counties, Okeechobee included. We have meetings monthly, breakfast meetings typically in each of the counties where we gather contractors, subcontractors, associates. It's a chance for us to network, talk about construction-related issues, things that are going on in the community, workforce development. It allows us to network with each other and really help solve any issues and problems and talk about good things as well.
So it's a support system. If somebody is listening today, a tradesman, business owner, or manager who would like to join the Treasure Coast Builders Association, how would they get in touch?
So a couple of different ways. They could go on the website, which is TCBA, Treasure Coast Builders Association.com. I think there's an application online, or they could call the office, talk to either Kim or Maddie, and either one would be absolutely helpful. Third case, if they can't get through, they can call me and I'd be happy to get them an application.
Okay. I don't know. Do you want to put your phone number out there today?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
772-465-6772.
Have you personally benefited from membership in the association?
Absolutely. I've been a member for over 10 years. Me personally, friendships, acquaintances, people I've met, it's been amazing. It's a family. Business-wise, it has absolutely helped my business grow. When we first started the business, it allowed us to meet other people with similar problems. It also helped me find employees to keep my business growing.
So that's the second hat you're wearing today, the Porch Factory. Can you tell us about the Porch Factory?
I would love to tell you about the Porch Factory. So we manufacture and install outdoor living spaces across the Treasure Coast. Basically, we install screen rooms and pool enclosures. We employ 44 people presently. I would say almost 20 of those people have come through our workforce development issues and task force through the TCBA.
So can you explain how that works?
Sure. The task force, we work in multiple areas. We work with the high schools. We work with other community leaders. We work with CareerSource. So we're constantly trying to find students that are not going to college. Those are ideal for us to put into the trades. So a lot of companies will take those young kids, put them through either a boot camp or start them out as an apprentice and then continue their education. We will pay for their further schooling once we get them under our wing.
So you just mentioned boot camp. What is a boot camp?
So boot camp is typically the following week after high school. So it's graduated high school students.
Okay.
We take them from all counties. We run a boot camp. It's a week long. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are skills, construction skills. Last year we did 16 different tracks. So we gave the high school students 16 different opportunities to see different construction skills. Plumbing, electrical, drywall, air conditioning, to name a few. It allows the kids to come in without really any experience experience and see which of the trades that might spark something in them. And at the end of the week, we have a career day where we try to hire all the students. It's amazing to see the transformation. The kids will come in on Monday, and at the end of the day, well, I want to be a plumber. And on Wednesday, that same kid is, no, I want to do windows. And then on Thursday, no, I want to be an electrician. They don't know what the opportunities are that are out there for them. And we're trying to provide that for them and give them lots of different choices on what they may want to do with it.
Right. And then they get to really have that hands-on experience to really get a feel for what that career might entail.
Absolutely. And from there, we'll take them and hire them. And really, that's where their education starts.
That's terrific. I know that people come to employment from all different walks of life. We're talking about youth right now, but my focus has always been on opening doors for second chance employment and people in the recovery area. And so do you have experience offering second chance employment? And how has that benefited both the Porch Factory and the people that you've hired?
We do. We absolutely are a second chance employer. I presently have 6 adults that come from the Correction Institute. They actually ride their bikes to my facility every day. We've had them in our facility now for over a year and a half. They are great employees. They show up every day. They're diligent. They want to be there. They pay attention. They do a great job. For us, it's been a fantastic filler for us as our business has grown to be able to continue to grow. Honestly, I don't know where our shop situation would be if it wasn't for some of the second chance employees we presently have.
And then I'm sure that, when they've paid their time and completed whatever their requirements are for their sentencing, that they'll now have a skill to move on and do honest work as they move on in their life. According to the Substance Use and Mental Health Services Administration, regular hours, routine tasks, reasonable working conditions, clear expectations, and room for growth provide feelings of security. They build confidence and a sense of achievement. And for people in recovery, interestingly, construction and trades view hard work as much more valuable than past history. And in many cases, companies welcome people in recovery or in second chance employment because they've embraced a healthy lifestyle.
Well, yeah. Consider a lot of the folks that come through, they were younger when they made mistakes and they've been in for several years. So that, why not give them that opportunity to improve their lives and give them a chance to?
And when we look around our community, there's a new house being built on every corner or a new office building. So I would think that there's huge potential for continued employment.
There is. And we've had, so right now I have 6, but we've had some come and go. We've had some come, still work their process, and then they'll leave, take their skills elsewhere. We've had others that actually stay and are now full-time employees for us, even though they've finished their course of action at the state level.
That's great. Have you had any of the youth stay on with you?
We've had several of the youth stay on and stay with us. And it's great to watch them really have a career for themselves and start their families. We've seen them from high school kids that come in right out of high school. They've been here several years, and they're now teaching some of what are younger kids coming in, and it's an awesome process.
I love that. Each one teach one.
Yes.
Yes. That's great. Are there misconceptions about the people who are appropriate to work in your industry?
Absolutely. There's definitely a stigma, and I don't think people understand that these people have a high level of intelligence, right? They're not bums coming off the street. They're human beings, and
right.
They need an opportunity. We pay them high salaries. They were able to make great livings. They come in all sizes, shapes, genders. We have women, we have men. It's across the board.
Yeah, I think that there are a lot of misconceptions. I think that people often think that skilled workers aren't intelligent, and many tradespeople go to school for years and then become apprentices for additional time before they actually work full in the trade. Isn't that correct?
And then they become business owners.
Yeah,
right. So
exactly.
What a career path is that? And
then I think the other misconception is the salary. That there's a belief that trades don't pay well. But it's not true. We know that, some workers start out making $50,000 a year, which is not a bad starting salary, right?
I can tell you a good portion of my employees, and they're young. My employees range from the mid-20s to the mid-30s is our core group. And they're making anywhere from $60 to $70 to $80,000 a year.
I might need to come work for you.
Not a bad wage, yes.
And then gender, you talked about that as well. I think there's a stereotype sometimes that only men can work in trade positions. I think that, skilled labor, it shouldn't be male dominated, that women should have access to the same opportunities as men.
Absolutely. We're running our own in-house boot camp on the 24th of this month. And we have a couple of women that have applied to try out the boot camp, and we've invited them. Why not?
Right.
We have a young lady that works in our warehouse every day. She takes care of our inventory. She pulls all the parts and pieces for the guys, and she makes packages for our jobs. She does a better job than some of the men that we've had in that position.
Well, we are detail-oriented.
Yes, absolutely. Look at her office. We've got amazing young ladies in her office that are in the construction business as well.
So are trade association members supporting certified apprenticeship training programs?
Absolutely. If you really look at the process and you look at how this all works, right? So we want to bring in, whether they're second chance employees or high school kids or wherever they come from, hire them on, and then we put them into apprenticeship programs, whether it be at the college or through a construction program. And then we'll pay for that schooling for them to further their education. It helps us in the long run.
So they're actually employed. They're continuing their education. Have you partnered with CareerSource?
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
How does that work?
It works great. CareerSource has been a great provider for us. They allow us to bring in employees. They pay for their schooling, right? And some of their salary, depending on because they have different programs during the year. They have on-the-job training programs. They have pre-apprenticeship programs. So depending on what they have to offer at the time, there's not only schooling, but some of the programs actually help pay for some of the wages.
So they offset some of the wages while the individual's in the initial training period.
Yes. It's amazing.
Yeah, there are a lot of resources out there, and I don't know that the average person really understands or knows about that. So I would encourage anybody who's thinking about working in the trades to, first of all, approach CareerSource. It's careersourcerc.com. There's a portal for Employ Florida where the individual would register as a job seeker. From there, they would be contacted by one of our job centers, and you just express that you're looking for apprenticeship or training opportunities. And I think that there are so many people and organizations hiring right now that, not even just in skilled trades, but certainly that's what we're talking about tonight, that the doors are open and there are funds and resources available, and we want to be sure that people know about them and are taking advantage of them. So apprentices get paid.
Yes.
They're earning income, and they're learning a skill, and they're advancing themselves personally to move on and have a career. That's great. So when are the next boot camps coming up?
So we're having an in-house boot camp on January 24th to the 28th. They're adults, 18 and over, out of high school. We'll have 10 employees, and it's a paid boot camp. So this one, we're actually paying them to show up, paying them to go through the training. And then really the goal is to put as many of the 10 to work the following Monday.
Excellent. And so that is happening this week, and it's going to be a little after the fact. But how would somebody get in touch if they wanted to learn about the next opportunity?
So they can go onto our website, which is www.theporchfactory.com.
Okay.
They could call our office at 772-465-6772, or they could reach out to the TCBA also, and they'll have information on this boot camp and any other boot camps also coming up for other contractors as well.
So that was my next question. So other tradesmen are offering boot camps in their particular fields of work, like possibly electrical, marine, plumbing.
I do know that A1 Trust has one, and theirs is an 8-week boot camp coming up shortly after ours. I'm not exactly sure what the date of theirs starts as well.
Okay. How many participants do you have enrolled for yours?
Right now we have 7 out of the 10.
Okay, great. So it sounds like you support a recovery-friendly workplace, and we know that it's not just the employee that benefits from a supportive workplace, but employers who offer second chances benefit too. We know that the skills required to maintain lifelong recovery are valued by employers like you, and they include determination, sharp problem solving, and coping skills, grit, resilience, commitment. And did you know that research shows that employees in recovery have lower turnover, absenteeism, and healthcare costs than the general public?
I did not know that prior, but I can tell you our experience with second chance employees has proven that out for sure.
So it saves the organization money as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So recovery-friendly workplaces do save significant amounts of money. They save lives, and they help people achieve long-term recovery and provide equal opportunities, enrich lives, and liberate people from shame and guilt caused by stigma that we talked about. Do you have any words of wisdom for other employers and other tradespeople out there who are, hearing about your innovative ways that you build staffing within your company, that you support people who, may come from different walks of life, as we talked about? How would you encourage another employer to?
Don't be afraid to take the chance. Honestly, I think what holds back most of us is the fear that they're not going to be good employees, that they're not good people, that they don't have a good character. Take the chance. Take that step. You'll be shocked to see the results from the second chance employees that you hire.
Do you know about federal bonding? Have you ever used that?
I do not and have not.
Okay. So a resource that CareerSource has available is a federal bond that is paid for, so there's no expense to the employer. So if an employer is considering hiring somebody who may have had some scrape in the past and have some kind of background, it's like an insurance policy. In all of the years that I have promoted the bond program, it's interesting because I've never heard of one being claimed. So it's an insurance policy that the employer can get. I think it's up to $5,000 for loss that they would be, or they can purchase them in $5,000 increments. I think they could actually get more than one. But I've never heard of one actually of a claim being filed. So, I think it's something that lets people sleep okay at night. But at the end of the day, we have health insurance. We hope we're not going to get sick.
Yeah, exactly. That's interesting. I will take that information and pass it along to the group as well.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I will send you some information. So maybe at your next meeting, you could talk about that. We are talking about recovery. And so I always like to just let people know that if there is somebody out listening who is struggling, looking for resources, looking for assistance, the best thing to do is to dial 211 from any phone, and 211 would connect you to resources that are available in your local community, whether it be a multitude of services. They can help with rental assistance and housing and treatment resources, medical resources. I'm not saying that they actually provide these services, but they would connect you to the service provider within the community. So you can either dial 561-383-1112 or 211 on your phone. Or you could just Google 211.com and you could be connected to them through the internet. So, we're here, we're representing CareerSource, and I'd like to talk about them a little bit as well. The mission of CareerSource is to provide opportunities and improve lives. So that's what we're talking about today. CareerSource Research Coast provides resources for job seekers and employers. Job seekers can gain access to job readiness support, including resume preparation, interview tips, and job search strategy. And then the other big piece is what we've been talking about tonight, which is training. And they have on-the-job training, which Jim has mentioned, as well as our apprenticeship opportunities. And so again, it's careersourcerc.com to get in touch with them. The best course of action is to register for Employ Florida. And then from there, you would be connected to a job center, or you could contact me personally. My email is elyon, ELYON, @careersourcerc.com. And I'm always happy to help individuals or have a conversation to get you pointed in the correct direction. So employers are also assisted with hiring. So if there's an employer who's out there listening who is seeking staff, Jim has been very creative in the ways that he connects with his local community to develop his staff. But CareerSource has professionals on staff who will take a detailed job description about whatever your opportunity is that you have open and that you're trying to fill. And also they can let you know more about these on-the-job training resources for helping you offset wages and talk about apprenticeship training programs that they might be able to help fund as well. So our goal is to connect people in treatment or recovery to services that will aid them in gaining employment and become economically self-sufficient. And in addition to the adult programs, CareerSource does a really great job for youth. And youth programs at CareerSource are ages 16 to 24. And I think that that's how some of the boot camps go at the end of the school year.
Absolutely. The CareerSource is highly involved in the boot camp process as well.
That happens directly through the school system?
It does. It's a conjunction between TCBA, Treasure Coast Builders Association, CareerSource, and both Martin and St. Lucie County school boards. We work diligently with the guidance counselors, with the CTE directors in each of the schools. They're helping us pinpoint the students.
What's a CTE director?
Construction technologies.
Okay. And so if a parent is listening and wanting to have a conversation with their child about exploring these opportunities, you mentioned guidance counselors. Do you think that's the best route, is to encourage the parent to reach out to the school guidance counselor?
Absolutely. And the parents can also reach out to us because we have lots of information on our website, TCBA's website, for the parents. There's a whole skilled trades page with videos, past students on a lot of the videos. So there's a lot of resources on the website for parents as well.
Great. I actually recently watched a video that you were on.
Through the school, maybe. Yes.
Yeah, you did a great job. I thought it was very informative. And it is a great way if a parent wants to go on and watch it. I think it was on the Treasure Coast Builders site, right?
It is. It's on the Treasure Coast Builders site. It's actually hosted on the actual school board site as well.
Oh, good. So, yeah, I think that was a great resource. It was terrific to watch you kind of go through how it all works and answer the questions and talk about the successes. To me, that's the most important part of the success stories.
It is. I think whether it's students or second chance employees, the successes are what make it valuable and make it work for us.
Yeah. Do you have a specific success story that you know about somebody who's, kind of been down and out at some point in their life and has moved on?
So, there are several in our community, right? You just don't know it. You just don't.
Exactly.
They're not telling their story, right?
Yeah.
But, there's one particular owner of a construction business here locally that had some issues in the past when they were younger, is cleaned up, runs a very successful business at this point, and you'd never know it.
And the same for employees, I'm sure. Nobody, wears a badge.
Right.
Although I do know that, many people in recovery do continue to give back in their community. They quietly lead groups and are peers to support other people who are also in recovery. And it's kind of a closed, private community, and that's great. It shouldn't really, come into play in the workplace unless somebody is comfortable disclosing. So, there have been some studies through the Society of Human Resource Professionals, and both human resource professionals and business owners were surveyed, and 85% of human resource professionals and 81% of business owners said that their experiences have been that people in recovery well, they're certainly equal, or people who have had some kind of felony in their background, not even necessarily related to just substance use disorder. But when compared to the general workforce, their skills, their reliability, and all are equal, if not in many, many cases better. And so, this group, when surveyed, had no reluctance whatsoever to hire and open the door and give somebody a second chance. Sometimes it's a third and a fourth chance. We all have slip-ups in our lives.
Well, and it's interesting with those statistics, but it's interesting how many times have we been disappointed or surprised with actions of people that are not in recovery or not in second chance. I think we have less issues with the second chance people than over the years with people that just surprise you out of nowhere.
I agree. They're living a healthy lifestyle. They're committed to a healthy lifestyle. And I often say when somebody is recruiting, you interview somebody, you meet them, one or two times in an interview. And often when you're hiring somebody who is in recovery, they've got a support system behind them. So you are getting the benefit of their network, their support system, their choice for a healthy lifestyle. And I think that, they definitely can be more reliable and are committed to being, reliable, healthy, and also wanting to have the benefit of contributing into, something that is a successful story for the whole organization or the company, the business, wherever they're working. They like being part of that success story. So, that's great.
Yeah, it's awesome to see them stick around. Their process is done at the Corrections Institute, but yet they choose to stay and work with us after that. That's an awesome process.
Yeah, actually, that's great. So in closing, I do want to say that, please reach out to Jim if you want to give your contact information again.
Absolutely. You can reach me through the Porch Factory at www.theporchfactory.com or call my office 772-465-6772, or you can also reach out through the TCBA office as well.
And that website is?
That is tcba.com.
Okay. And then I am Eve Lyon, ELYON, at careersourcerc.com. And the CareerSource website is careersourcerc.com. And Employ Florida is the place to register for job search assistance. And also employers can post job orders on that website. So thank you so much, Jim, for your time today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure to have you and chat with you and learn about your world and all the great things you're doing. You're lifting people up, and I understand it is helping your business, but you're looking from the helicopter perspective when you're working with the trade association. It really is helping the whole community. It isn't just about your business.
Absolutely. It's about giving back to the entire community, no doubt.
Yeah. Thank you for that.